how to use your graphing calculator to find equation solutions. So any quadratic equation you can solve by graphing. It's just whether or not you have the tools to do it. You can't guarantee that your solutions are ever going to be, um, rational. They might have a lot of decimals. So graphing by hand isn't really the way we want to do it if we can keep from doing so. So if you have a graphing calculator, it's really easy to find your solutions. We have the equation negative 2x squared minus 5x equals negative 13. If you're going to solve this by graphing, the first thing you need to make sure is that it's set equal to 0. So negative 2x squared minus 5x plus 13 equals 0. So we have it in standard form, it's set equal to 0. And that's important because when you're graphing, you're finding what we call the zeros, and those are just the x-intercepts. Any x-intercept has a y-coordinate of 0. It can be 4, comma 0, for example. If it's on the x-axis, it has a y value that's 0. That's why this needs to be 0. So let's look at what this is going to be on your graphing calculator. So you need to pull up your graphing calculator, and you need to go to the y equals screen, and we just type it in here. So it's going to be negative 2x squared, and then I'm just going to pull this back up to make sure I'm typing in the right thing. So minus 5x and plus 13. So it's going to be minus 5x plus 13. And if we go to see this on the large screen, if I hit zoom, you can go to the standard window, that's zoom 6. You might have to adjust your window if you don't see anything, but in this case we can see that there are two solutions because it crosses twice. Now if you use the trace button, you might try to trace over where those solutions are. For example, I'm getting my cursor really close here, but I can't tell exactly where it crosses. I know it's between 1.48, and then if I go over to the right, 1.7. So it's between about 1.4 and 1.7, but I can't tell exactly where it is. If I think it might be at 1.5, you could even type in 1.5 right now and hit enter, but that's actually 1.51 is the point. So 1.5 is not our 0. So in order to calculate the zeros, you want to use the calculate menu. So you would hit second trace. We want to calculate a 0, so that's option 2. So you hit option 2, and it's going to ask you which 0 do you want to find first. So that's why it asks you what's the left bound. So that just means move your cursor so that it's to the left of the 0 you're focusing on. So if we're focusing on this 0 or this solution, my cursor is now to the left of it. So I'm going to hit enter. You'll see a little arrow pop up. It's kind of hard to see here, but that's saying, okay, we're only focusing on zeros that are to the right of that arrow. Now it wants a right bound, so use your right arrow to get your cursor to the right of that 0. So it's to the right, hit enter. It's going to ask you for a guess. That just means kind of move your cursor as close as you can. I can't really get it on top of there, so I'm just going to get it close and hit enter. And it tells us our 10 is 1.59 approximately. So that would be one of our zeros. So if we wanted to go back over here, we could say x is approximately 1.59. That's one of them. And then let's do the other. So you have to go back into second, calculate. Option 2 is to find a 0, but now we want to find this 0 over here. So the left bound, we have to go all the way over until we're to the left of that point. It's going to show up. There we go. So to the left of that point, we hit enter. Now we need a right bound, and you can see that arrow. It says it has to be to the right of this side. So now we need the right bound. Okay, my cursor is to the right of it. Hit enter. And now our guess, sure, it's close to that. Hit enter. And our other 0 is about negative 4.09. So negative 4.09 would be our other 0. So we found our two zeros by our graphing calculator.